Hey guys, what's up? It's me, kevboy. Today we have a story time video, which I don't think oh no, I've done a couple before. But hey, story times are the best times, am I right? This is not my favorite story time video because it's not a happy ending for Kevin. Well, kind of, but not really, because not at all. Wait, no. If you guys are following me on my other socials, you might already have seen this. Majority probably do, but hey, if you haven't, you should. But basically, this is what happened. My car, someone else's car, that was very exaggerated, but in short form, pretty accurate. So let's just get into the story time. These are boring videos for me because I just sit here and film them, but hey, you guys like them because you like to hear about misfortune. So basically what happened was, it was actually, like 5-6 hours ago. I was driving my brother to school because he didn't have a ride, so I had to get up early, and I was going to take a detour so I could drop him off and go to my class because I go to a different school than him because I'm in college and he's in high school. So, I'm taking this path that I would take normally to go to high school. So I knew the path. It wasn't strange to me. It's basically the one street out of my town. There's that one, and then there's Antonio. And so, completely normal. Nothing out of the ordinary. The only thing I noticed was the past couple of days, my brakes were kind of squeaky. And I'm really stupid because I drive with my music pretty much all the way up, so it's hard to hear things that aren't happening in the car. So I didn't really know the amount of squeakiness they were, but apparently it was pretty bad. So squeaky brakes, that's about the only problem, right? So I come to this light, right? And I'm about to pass this intersection, and I notice in front of me, cars are stopping, and I was like,
if cars are stopping, that means I should stop.
so I started slowing down. It wasn't like stop and go, so I wasn't like, I need to slam on my brakes. But so I was slowing down, and then I noticed the girl in front of me, and the guy in front of her, stopped very abruptly, and I was like, all right, finna stop abruptly, but on the brake all the way down, didn't stop, and I was like, yo, what's happening? My brother's like, Kevin, brake. I'm like, I am braking. My foot is all the way down on the brake, and then yeah, basically I rear-ended someone pretty bad. Except, fun fact. My car is totaled. Their car, I don't know if it's total or not, but literally, if you look at it, I'm going to show you a tiny little clip because I don't want to, expose who this person is. There's a little bump, a little ding in their car. Basically, their car had a little dink, a little, and my car had a freaking smash, like someone took a freaking tractor and ran over it and like crushed it. And it literally looks like I was going like 60, but I was going like what, 30 when I started braking. So from me, I was going 30, and then I put my foot on the brake, and then I put it all the way down, touching the back of the freaking cabin. Apparently my brakes decided to have an anxiety attack at the absolute worst time, and apparently my car was like, no. Also, I'm gonna say this, honestly, I wasn't keeping a good distance because I'm a teenage driver, and I wasn't, not that I wasn't paying attention, I was just, in a rush, so I was like, yo, you know what, 5 feet, that's it. Actually, it's more than 5 feet, but you know what I'm saying, it's definitely my fault. And I wasn't keeping care of my car, so again, my fault. So yeah, basically, just ran into the back of their car, and at first, like, it wasn't like a really, like a, it was just like a, and I was like, okay, like, what just happened? Like, in the moment, you're just like, nothing happened. Oh wait, something did happen. My car is broken. And so I was like, okay, no biggie. And to me, like I said, the bump was kind of just like a little, so I didn't feel like anything crazy. I was like, I'm just going to pull over to the side. So I put my blinker on, and I put my hazards on, and I'm starting to go over, and my car's going, and I'm like, this is strange. This is not supposed to be happening. So my car's practically about to explode. The engine's dinging. There's steam coming out, and I'm like, I didn't know my car was a freaking steam engine. That was a joke. I know it's not a steam engine. So yeah, I pull over to the side, and then that's when I realized this is not serious as in like possibly my car, but like I was like, damn, maybe I did hit them hard, and I was scared for the safety of the person in front of me and the person in front of them, and me and my brother were fine because my brother was with me. Literally the cabin, the inside of the car, like you couldn't even tell except the hood was bent up. When I was pulling up to the side to get out of the middle of traffic, I was pushing on my brakes again, and they weren't like working. Like I was like rolling and my brakes were all the way down, and I was like rolling up, and I'm like, why are my brakes working? So what I'm gonna say is I think my brakes weren't good enough to stop, and then I stopped, and then they didn't stop because they had an anxiety attack, and then it just, all those perfect things lined up, and then I was like, bam, insta KO of my car. So at first, I'm like, oh, you know what? My car's a toughie. It'll walk it off. And then it didn't start like crap. And so I didn't really know the amount of the damage until I got out. But I wanted to make sure everyone was okay. But the first thing that happened was the person in front of me, they got out of their car. They're like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. So from there, basically, get out of my car. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. There's like green stuff leaking out, which is the coolant I figured out. There's like it's just all smashed in. It literally looks like I freaking did a front flip and landed on my freaking or the front of my car. It's really weird. And then like it was just so surreal because like I felt like I wasn't in the accident. Like I was watching like someone else. Like I was like, I don't know, like walking on the sidewalk when it happened, but it was me. Fun fact, it was me. That's basically the whole accident what happened. But that's kind of funny what happened after because, when your car can't go anywhere, what do you need? A tow truck. I had no idea how to call a tow truck. I'm like, Dad, help me. What do I do? Do I 911 this?
Friend.
Or like, what am I going to do? And then I have insurance, obviously. So I, called the insurance company. And for some reason, my dad didn't tell me my PIN to my car insurance. So like, please insert your PIN. I'm like, what PIN? Like, I don't have any PINs. Like, what? Like a number, etc. And apparently, my dad only knew. So I couldn't get a tow truck because I couldn't figure out how to get to my insurance. And there was no way to contact someone. So I was kind of just stuck there. So I called my friend Ethan. Ethan came to my rescue. Hero Ethan. Ethan is #1 priority. And he actually called me a tow truck because he has AAA, and AAA is awesome. Shout out to AAA. So Ethan called AAA, and in the meantime, while AAA comes, a police officer, a motorcycle officer, pulls up behind me. He was like, "Meh, meh. Y'all good?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Was it a hit and run?" And I was like, "No, they left already because their cars weren't total, and mine was insta-killed." And he's like, okay, whatever. And then he noticed that there was like a part of my car outside, like where the wreck happened. He's like, oh, I'm gonna go grab that for you. So I was like, oh, thanks, man. So he just basically just steps out in the street where there's like this traffic. And he's like, stop. He puts his hand out and everyone just stops. I'm like, wow, this is a literal god. And so he goes and grabs it. And he starts like using it as a baseball bat. And then he like throws it on my car where it's all broken. And I'm like, okay. Nice, thank you. Just break it more. He was a nice guy though. He was pretty funny, and he's also talking about how he asked me a couple questions, just to cop things. But yeah, shoot. I also want to mention that the reason why there was like a sudden stop was because in front of us, like on this bridge we were about to pass, there was a really bad wreck that like there were injuries. So I was very thankful that there were no injuries in mine. Everyone was safe except my car. Like I said, obliterated, smashed into pieces. I also got to miss college classes, which I found out that you can just not go to because they don't care because you're paying. So I was like excited, and then I was like, oh wait, I don't have to go, period. But anyways, that was fun. So yeah, so the tow truck driver comes, talks about how his 4-year-old son is playing shooting games, which was interesting. Drops me off at the collision place, and they're like, all right, man, you're good to go. And I was like, what? And also I was very stupid and I didn't take anything out of my car. So everything was in there, like my parking pass, like phone chargers, clothes, shoes, just like emergency stuff I had in the back of my trunk. Like a lot of friggin' like important papers were in there. And I just like left it there and I was like, wait a minute, I need these. And I was like, wait a minute, how am I supposed to go to the collision place when I don't have a car? So fun fact, I called my insurance and they're like, breaking news, you get a rental car. And I was like, whoa, that's super cool. But how do I get to the rental car place? So my grandma took me and they're like, all right, here you go. They gave me a truck and I don't know how to drive trucks, but it was pretty much the same as my car. So I was driving that around, got everything out of my car, and then, that was it. Literally, that's all that happened. Like, this happened today, like I said. So what, a couple hours ago? Well, more than a couple hours. But it was really surreal, kind of strange. Anyways, closing remarks. I want to say, like, I'm so thankful to be alive, even though that wasn't a deadly situation. But like, it happened like that, and like, if I was going like what, maybe 20 more miles per hour, it could have been injuries. It could have been this or that. But I made it through, and it kind of showed me, like what to worry about instead of worrying about stupid things. Reality slapped me across the face, but it was like a love pat kind of. It was like one of those like, that didn't make any sense. But Yeah. Also, Kia. Did some research, Kia. Anytime there's a front-on collision where someone hits someone from the front, like I hit someone from the back, but like I still got hit in the front technically, airbags are supposed to deploy. However, no airbags did deploy. So Kia, what's up? Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this video because it was a weird, quick one, story time. I also got verified on Instagram, which is insane to me. Thank you guys for that. I'm alive, I'm okay, I'm doing well. Ignorance Podcast, I do this every Thursday with my best friend Ethan. Check that too.